Yo, it's ODB from OLP. This is issue 152 of Mini Truckin Magazine, August 2004. It's a damn good one. This is the Mini Truckin Magazine / Nissan Motor Corp Nissan Project Desert Dragger. Okay. Desert Runner. Nope. Desert Dragger. This was, of course, what you see here, the yellow Nissan sporting the Charles Armstrong graphics. The truck was at SEMA 02. Time Machine was there as well. I believe this was posted up, though, in the Prime Media booth. I posted photos of that in the past. This is Wes Allison's 51st credited Mini Truckin Magazine cover. Believe it or not, this is one of one cover trucks with Giovanna wheels. All right. The Beautiful Angel Cassidy is the model. Of course, this was a 4x4 truck. Lance, of course, touches upon that in a very, very thorough write-up. Let's just bask in this awesome cover. You can see there, air suspension or suspension secrets revealed. One of the best covers, I would say, too. Not only the truck, but you know what I'm saying? So, let's jump right in. If you like what we're doing here, leave a comment, thumbs up, but also comment. If you see something in here you like, or if you just want to do an emoji thumbs up, that helps us out here. This month we have the pleasure of bringing you Too Hot to Handle Angel Cassidy, and then they give a shout out to Auto Art Flame Job and Desert Dragger, of course, Wes Allison with the flick. Very, very good issue, solid issue, lots of good stuff in here. Blood Drago 4 and a lot more in store. If you like what we're doing here, check us out. All of these issues going back to issue 1 are in playlist, all curated perfectly, and nice write-ups in every description. Lance's Scrube Line in Retrospect, Project Desert Dragger. Lance talks a little bit about, obviously the process itself, working it as the project manager, and he hits upon that. Here is the Texas Heatwave 04 ad. You got DEW at 10 years. Here was the Gas Crunch talking about $1.80 a gallon. Oh boy, $2.20 a gallon. Of course, that was a lot back then, so I'm not making fun of that, but it's crazy how times have changed. Here you have paper cuts, and I have a buddy of mine took a photo with this female at the show. I was like, wait, I know that face. It's crazy. It seems like it was just yesterday we were there. Here is Sheer Effort, shot by Phil Fowler. This was Bill Shear, S-H-E-A-R, his Ford Ranger, 9.3. Of course, he's out of Ohio. Phil Fowler doing the damn thing. The Rangers don't get enough love, but check out how clean this one is. The inside of the bed, all kind of stockish looking. Of course, you got some of the cutouts. You got the air tank. That air tank was a popular tank in that era. So, again, the time capsule of being able to, look back at all this stuff is great. You can see here Dragon Body, Ohio, super clean Ford Ranger, definitely deserving, as all these trucks really are, of a feature. Here you have suspension surgery, and again, this goes back to the cover. They talk about suspension secrets revealed. This one, they jump over to Art and Jeremy at Go Easy Customs to redo some things and fix some stuff. We all know that's over the course of time that has to be done. Here, I'll call. Just got a call, so I'm going to call that person right back. I usually put it on Do Not Disturb, and guess what? I forgot. Forbidden Fantasy 2004. This was the 7th annual. This show is still going on. Shout out to Brian and the entire FFF Forbidden Fantasy family over there doing the damn thing. Now, many of the longtime listeners know that we do a podcast. Of course, we passed 8. Now we're on to our 9th year. Check us out, OLP. I know some people are like, I don't listen to podcasts. Once you listen to podcasts, you'll realize that you've been missing out a lot. Here's Chris Wilson, 87 S10, Tucson, Arizona, repping NC, real clean Blazer, devours all in its path. This was a Dash that was pretty popular at the time. amongst S10s. Remember, you could bump this to 4K if you need to. The auto default, I think, on most is to based upon your bandwidth. Trying to keep these a little bit more streamlined. I can't believe we're getting down to 100, T-minus 100 issues. Again, there are 269. And if you haven't heard the news, Mini Truckin Magazine is back. It's going to be back probably next year, but online is already up. I think it's minitruckinmagazine.net. Project Desert Dragger. Again, Lance was the project manager. Technically, I don't know the backstory on it. When we get Lance on at some point, hopefully we can talk about this truck. But my assumption is that I don't know if it was a scrapper. I don't know if it's sitting in someone's yard. I don't know the history on this truck. But this was, of course, a V6 King Cab. These were 4x4 trucks, as I mentioned. He also notes that, of course, Sport Truck Magazine, their sister publication, had got with them about doing a project. And, of course, it ended up with them doing, I would say the majority of it. Charles Armstrong Graphics, Vayer, of course, on the King Cab window here. Suspension Dimensions, I believe it was, did the work on it. And you can see Charles Armstrong laid down some classic graphics. I love kind of the tailgate area. Super clean. Pretty cool stuff here. It's tough to sometimes look back at some of these and go, ooh, what happened to them? Because it was a super cool truck. Now, I also want to point out, I'm going to flip over here. This is on SoCalCustomscom, so shout out to Brian. If you look down here, you've got your main photo there that he took, and then that was the bed of it. It always pops in my head that it was in the Vayer booth, but I get that confused because Charles Armstrong, he was in the Vayer booth with the, I think it was an S10 from Truckin, I believe. But Lance's truck and Nissan's truck was technically in the Prime Media booth, I believe. Sneaky Dime. So this one doesn't have the little box. I don't know if you noticed that. It doesn't have the little box that they've been using. But if we look here, it's Jason Hagler's and Justin Cross shot this thing. Pretty cool dime. Those wheels, this is a wheel that, like, when I see that wheel, it brings me back to a good time. Just was a pretty popular wheel, but the nostalgia of 20 plus years, I mean, I really dig them. That's the cool thing to me about billet wheels, is that you can call the good friends and good people over at Colorado Custom Wheels, Michael and team, and if you see a wheel that they made in the past, they will absolutely make that wheel again. And unfortunately with some of these other situations, like with what we just saw, unless that company's offering that wheel, like these, how popular were those? I mean, you just can't get them. This was Cliff Brown, 9 Deuce Nissan Hardbody, Cali style out of Maryland. And of course, anything up there had to go through Mr. Phil Fowler. And he shot this one super clean. If you guys know me, I love blue. I could rock this thing all day. Not only is it blue, but it's blue and gray, blue and silver. And it's got tweed for days. Super nice truck. And check out this feature. Nice 4-page spread. Not on bags. Everything wasn't on bags, folks. It was on juice. Super clean. We got some great episodes coming up for the rest of this year with the podcast. And if you follow us through like Apple Podcasts, for instance, you'll be notified when new episodes drop. In this year, we are doing bi-weekly. I did 4 years of weekly episodes. I still can't believe literally didn't miss a week, but it's great, and we're going to keep the content coming. So we were here at Blood Drag 04. There's Kool-Aid. There's one of our buddies' brothers, Chris, who's still in the truck scene up in Massachusetts. Jeff Gaudette, I think, recently bumped into him, but that's his brother. We had a great time that year. Again, Mike Alexander, he floated into town, and we hung out with him. And John from Tailgate, of course. That's one of the, I forget if that was the year, but one of the years we hung out with John a good bit when Tailgate was kind of at the infancy. There's Jimmy's hard body, which again is one that we wish we could find. I know certainly Jimmy does. Kind of was erased from existence after it was sold, or it's just sitting in some rich guy's collection. We don't really know. Ramey Sumners, 98 Dodge Dakota. Again, the Dakotas don't get enough love, so it's cool to see them getting a little bit. You can kind of see some of these issues I am trying to streamline the best I can. The photo is still there. If you've been watching these, you know what I'm talking about. Pretty cool. But, you know, keeping them moving. Not everybody watches these all the way through. I get it. Some might be light enthusiasts. Others, you know, see the ads and they go, I'm out. But for those that watch all the way through, thank you. Here's a very cool graffiti, really highlighting the new MT logo. You can see graffiti kind of had a different look and feel, and that was Don Pace that did this one. Pretty awesome stuff. Again, you can check out Mini Truckin Magazine, no underscores on Instagram. I am not behind the revival. Others are. Certainly, we're looking to partner with them any way we can, and we have already started, really, because our reels, we've shared those, we've collabed with them. So it's pretty cool. But again, issue 152, August 04. Tip of the cap to Lance and the entire team that really saw this one come together. It was something totally different. I know I really just gloss over a lot of the stuff, but if you pause it and screenshot it and read the features, this thing took a lot of work. A 4x4 to be laid out, not an easy task. Again, tip of the cap, Wes Allison, 51st credited Mini Truckin Magazine cover. Angel Cassidy, though. Stay on the rise, y'all. Much love from ODB in Florida. Subscribe. We got ya.